Ooh, and kicking off a new week of live streams on a Tuesday night because I have Monday nights off. Been watching, what do we call it? 6 Feet Under with Mrs. Angry. Nobody. Hello, sir. In nice and early. Good to see you. In the last couple of weeks, we've got through the first 2 seasons of the 20-year-old show. Oh, excuse me. And Fox, Fate, and Annette, hello, evening, howdy. Good to see you all. It was a fine old Tuesday night. Trying to get my clear ice to come out of this cup I put it in. It's wedged in. Because I'm going to have a drink. I think I've worked out something about having a drink on the live streams. I should have worked out earlier, but anyway, nobody. Oh, good. Yeah, no, AZ would absolutely have appreciated your call very, very much so. Very good therapy for him, and you're a legend for doing it. Mega H, hello. Yes, Annette, I'm still fashion parading the retro shirts I've been getting off to interwebs. This one's an abstract one, which I really like. So some of them are just abstract in their designs, and some of them have stuff on them, like the cat one I was wearing the other night. Looking forward to my cocktail ones arriving. Some of them have cocktail motifs in different styles. Looking forward to them arriving. Some of them are supposed to be arriving this week. Who knows? Fox, random Salvador Dali fact. He was a socialist, or at least supported them during the Spanish Civil War. Would have been nicer if he was an anarchist. Socialists sold out the anarchists because the anarchists didn't want them to have power either. Oh, Annette, I don't know. I found one, and Facebook won't stop showing me ads for them. And in fact, other websites won't stop showing me ads for them. If you actually want to see the ads, I'll send you a link because I get the ads non-stop because I clicked on them. Same as I get booze ads non-stop because I click on them, and I'm okay with that. So basically, these same shirt designs are sold under the moniker of a lot of different websites. So I don't know. I think they're just advertising all over the place, and it's all coming from the same warehouse, I think. Who knows? But they can take quite a while to arrive, like, a month or more. But so far I haven't been ripped off with the clothes. And they use browser ad blockers so you don't see them. Well, as someone who's tried to earn money off the interwebs, ad blockers are anathema to me. So I think it would be hypocritical for me to use ad blockers when I have at various times tried to earn money from interwebs. So I don't use ad blockers for that reason. Fox, will we have a cocktail inspired by Dali? Maybe. What I'm actually going to have. I feel like this is something Dali would drink out of. This is essentially a clarified pina colada that I made. I made a rum drink for my channel, and then I decided I'd milk clarify it, and I added some pineapple and banana flavors, and there we go. Nobody used a browser ad block, but turned off for consideration to content creators. Well, that's nice. Yeah, and I actually agree that ads regularly get too much. I will absolutely agree to that. And this is absolutely not coming out. It's a little bit of ice. Anyway, So nobody say, "Oh no, you're taking your evening med before calling him, so I fell asleep while I was talking." Yeah, well, AZ doesn't require another person to be part of a conversation. he will continue talking for a very long time with no interaction. So, what is a Dali cocktail? If we search for that, Fernet Branca, Campari, honey vanilla, simple syrup, 2 dashes Angostura. The Casanova cocktail. Someone's claiming that was Dali's favorite drink. In fact, several sites have that. So this person's saying a drink has Fernet Branca, Campari, honey vanilla, simple syrup, 2 dashes of bitters, orange twist, garnished, served in a large brandy glass over diamond ice after being smoked with cedar wood. It's very complicated. This site saying it has Dali drinks. Fuck, I hate websites that do things and then you can't fucking find anything. It's like people deliberately do really fucking shit web design so you can't actually see the content and it's just ads. Annette, do I think we'll have lockdown this week? I don't, but who knows? Who actually knows? Nobody. AZ reckons you're on the good shit. Fair enough. I don't know. The people still seem to be running hotel quarantine wrong, which absolutely does my head in that they're still doing it wrong and letting out people who are infectious. It's just fucking surreal that it keeps happening. I mean, when you have such a critical failure, there should be an incredibly rigorous assessment of why did this go wrong and how do we stop it go wrong again? And I would say, at the very least, the people, anyone who's due to leave quarantine should get one of those rapid tests the day they're supposed to leave and not leave till the result comes back. Because I was under the impression they're more likely to give a false positive than a false negative. So, and look, admittedly, there can be some crossover where it is more or less undetectable. The person's being exposed. It's like they're still fucking pretending it's not airborne. When it's blindingly obvious that there's airborne transmission of COVID. I mean, it's so fucking obvious. And it seems like there's this pathological thing of not admitting that there's airborne transmission when there really fucking obviously is. It's like anybody who's tested positive should be in a completely separate facility. I'm absolutely at a loss as to how quarantine is still being handled so badly. It's like every other day, after all the shit we went through last year, after all the sacrifices we made, the lockdowns, the actual real lockdowns, not the stupid half-assed lockdowns that have been everywhere else around the world, nearly everywhere else around the world, and it's all going to be for nothing because they just keep fucking up the quarantine process, and it's just, well, what's your fucking problem? Why can't you do it right? It's like incredibly obvious what you need to do. Like it couldn't be more obvious, and yet they're consistently failing, and it's so hard to wrap my head around. Like, how do they keep failing time and time again? And sorry, I just bumped the laptop. Got a wobbly picture there. I'm just going to open a thing I have here No real reason, but I want to know what it smells like. That one? There we go. What is this? It's supposed to be a Negroni flavor. Oh, yep, it actually smells like Angostura bitters. It's really interesting. So I don't like Negronis. I don't like Campari. And I don't know if this would really taste like it, but it certainly smells like Angostura bitters, which is a much better taste than Campari. Campari is the devil's piss. Campari is just fucking terrible. Nobody the other day had to leave a place to avoid starting a fight. Guy was parroting some dick comment about COVID not being a virus, and I was, it's just the assholes who are still saying that are just fucking scum. And you wonder if they're scared Australians will find out what it's like to be a refugee here, and that's why we won't have remote facilities. Well, I think remote facilities are on their way. Alrighty. Got my ice out of the glass. I think it's probably tempered. See, what I'd been doing, hey Raiders, by the way, is starting off these live, when I decide I'm going to have a drink during a live stream, starting off the live streams with a non-alcoholic drink and then maybe having an alcoholic drink in the second half. And I was just thinking today, that's ridiculous. That's actually absolutely arse backwards. I should, if I'm going to have an alcoholic drink, I should have an alcoholic drink in the first half and then drink water or a non-alcoholic drink in the second half. That's far more sensible. Shieldsy, I still got pain, brother. Damn. Oh, at least you got pain relief tonight to be able to sleep. Oh, man, that sucks, though. That sucks. Hope it gets better. So, now my sexy clear ice is all tempered and gone clear. So, I'm going to try my clarified pina colada I made. Pina colada. Yeah, no, but it looks like Shields on swings and roundabouts. Got the bad pain coming through, but got the good painkiller. So, see, the ice just disappears. So cool. I never get bored of it. I'm so easily amused. Annette, how's AIDSy? What's the latest? Not good. Actually, nobody, you might be able to tell us. How did AIDSy relate his condition? I think Abigail was going to try and visit him again yesterday or today. So yes. So nobody's been talking to him. Might know how it is. So Red, you've been watching an investigative article of Mercedes Australia claiming JobKeeper, yet only having a 6% loss in sales. Well, it's huge surprise that the LNP put out a cash giveaway that was easily rorted by wealthy companies and individuals who don't need it and fuck over ordinary people in the meantime. Who knew that they were both incompetent and probably corrupt? So nobody, AIDSy seems to be in good spirits, but when you spoke to him this morning, you heard a code grey PA. We're assuming that wasn't AIDSy causing the code grey. For those who don't know, code grey is a violent patient. Oh, fuck yeah. So I made this drink. Well, like last Friday night on the live stream, I made a fairly simple rum old fashioned. And so the other day I made it again for the close-ups for the video, and it's just rum and sugar syrup and bitters, and that's it. And I thought, I'm going to make it a bit showier for the milk clarified. So I put more rum in, and I put a little bit of allspice liqueur, which is absolutely fantastic. and it's a really strong. Well, it's allspice flavors. Was it the pimento berry or the allspice berry? Has flavors of like clove and cinnamon and all the spices, which is why it got the nickname allspice. And just a little bit of it puts this really strong flavor in. So then I put pineapple juice and banana liqueur in as well to make it a bit of a pina colada. It's really good. My clarified pina colada fucking rocks. Oh yeah, Raiders. Jerry Harvey wasn't alone. He said basically every big corporate that could rorted the COVID payments, and it's literally fucking criminal. And it's not just the companies who should be in prison for it. The fucking LNP should be in prison for setting up such a fucking scam. Nobody said the code grow was in the operating room admissions. There you go. She had been bedbound. God damn. Over the weekend, but you got out today to get stuff for the pain. Well, that's the motivation you need, I guess. Damn, dude. It fucking sucks, man. I hope things start to improve for you. Megaleech, how do I put a company in prison? Put the company directors in prison. It's the only way they will ever act in a remotely a legal way if they actually face prison time. Luke, hey, how's it going? That's why the laws around deaths on a workplace were made a bit more serious, and it's called, what's it called now? Industrial homicide? Because it used to be like industrial accidents. Industrial is the wrong word, I'm sure so. But yeah, they're basically treating it as a very much a criminal offense. And yeah, essentially, if someone dies in a workplace, the board of directors better hope that the proper safety standards were followed, because they're held criminally responsible for the death of workers, as they fucking should be. And yeah, Raiders, it's just Josh Frydenberg giving money to the Liberal Party's biggest donors. They're absolutely fucking shameless in doing that. Shields are going for a diet kick. Keep your joints in good health. Same time so you can drop your weight. 50 kg by 2022. Fucking go for it, man. As we've been talking about, I've been on my kick with the meal replacements. So my goal is to lose... Shit, how much was it? God, I'd gotten as high as 125. So I want to lose a minimum of 35 kilos, but my stretch goal is 45 kilos. So we shall see what the next 6 months brings. So, you know, good results so far. I'm still feeling very positive about it all. Imagine how much weight I'd be losing if I wasn't drinking booze with all the sugar that's in it, or at least the cocktails with all the sugar in them. But fuck that, man. I gotta have something. Gotta have something, man. Nobody, you think you might need to get meal replacements? Well, I tell you what, man. I find them super convenient on top of everything else. Having an instant meal or a very easily and quickly prepared meal. I'm so fucking lazy with the bars, man. It's just like, do I have enough energy to make a shake? No, I think I'll just eat one of the bars. So the convenience of them is really good. So Locust Troop. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Guess what happened, everyone? Okay, dude, I had always been wondering what the missing piece in the puzzle was with you, because you're obviously a troll and you're obviously fucking lying through your teeth all the time, and you're obviously always trying to get me to say something controversial. And someone else on the stream piped up the other night and said, I found this funny YouTube channel with this fucking lunatic who's obsessed by you and Friendly Geordies. and I couldn't resist having a look because there's a bit from one of my live streams, and I'm going to say two things. You were stupid enough to put the audio where I called your screen name, so you've been acting in bad faith and being a vile little squirrely fucking loser the whole time. No matter how decent I was to you, you were still a cunt. And second, I'm actually going to do you a favor. You need to get way fucking smarter, because the dudes who looked at apparently multiple of your videos on your site, you were stupid enough to start a video from inside your flat, and then you walked out into the street, and it was very easily identifiable where you were. So you have posted videos that would lead someone to your exact location. That is very, very, very fucking stupid, which is stupid is on brand for you, but shan't be putting up with any of your pathetic childish fuckery. I'm doing this as a favor to you. I know you're the sort of worthless cunt who will just make more sock puppet accounts. This is for your own good, though. I mean, you need to move the fuck on. You need to fuck off. This is for your own good. The level of obsession you display is pathetic. You need to get a life. You need to fuck off, and not wasting time on you. Fuck off. Okay. I did notice the last thing you said is, oh, I don't live there anymore. I'm like, get fucked, you dumb piece of shit. Ugh. It's like, did that stupid fucking prick ever say something that wasn't a fucking lie? Anyway, so job done. The fact that he hadn't shown up for a couple of days, I was starting to suspect he'd been in the background when we were talking about him, and he knew I was on to him, so he wasn't coming back in the stream. But he's just been away somewhere. So, oh, what a fucking moron. And again, just you straight, I don't live there anymore. It's like 2 points. One, you're almost definitely lying because you never stop lying. Two, you're stupid enough to do it once. You're stupid enough to do it again. Now, I guess we can all, like, this fucking loser is so obvious. I guess in the coming days, week, who knows how long, we can look forward to previously, well, one of two things. Either previously not seen screen names trying to start shit. It's going to be him, and I'm not going to waste time on them. Or really obviously fake. Yeah, Chris, the silly guy showed up and the silly guy went away permanently. Well, the username went away permanently. As I say, there is basically zero doubt in my mind. Nobody. I was being really gracious. Yeah, no, I was deliberately saying, like, get a fucking life, dude. Yeah, Luke, the temptation to go around and knock on his door and say, you didn't move. You need to stop lying, dude. Right, do you reckon if he does still live there, he'll pack his bags now? No, he'll show up under fake screen names. It'll either be a previously unseen screen name, where he'll be talking shit, or he'll be doing his other thing of faking a well-known YouTube channel name. Because I just think he's too fucking pathetic to grow a fucking brain and just fuck off. Oh, wow. So it's like, close the door on that. But as I said, it's basically doubtless the stupid little prick's going to come back. But say la vie. Shan't spend any more time thinking about him. But everyone always thinks it's kind of funny when someone trolls and I rip into them because, except it's just going to be him. Shieldsy, yes. I bet you are right about him making a new video too. Raiders. Reverse Australia is a very valuable resource, as is person lookup. Yeah. It just is trying to help him on two fronts. One, to tell him how stupid he's been and betray his exact location because he's so fucking stupid he doesn't realize what he's done. Two, just really point out to him that he needs to get a life. He just needs to fuck off. There is no value in obsessing over me. It's such a fucking waste of time. Safa, good evening. So yeah, I was trying to give him a break. So it was budget night, aka more LNP lies night. I mean, the stuff they've said in budget presentations for the last couple of years has been absolutely meaningless, just so fucking meaningless. Because they just lie. They just lie pathologically. It's pointless paying any attention to them because they just fucking lie. Oh, yeah, Safi, you just missed me kicking Locust Trooper. Yep. So, Raiders, debt collectors use what's called skip tracing. Been studying, it's fair to say. Yeah, Safi, I banned him. Chris, you went to an arcade. First time since the pandemic, wasn't really anyone around. It's changing here. I mean, the suburban shopping centres have been busy for ages, but the centre of the city, I went in there about 3 weeks ago, and man, there was hardly anyone there. It seemed so sparsely populated. But then I went in again 1 week ago, and there were a lot of people there. Not the full normal amount, but a lot more than 2 weeks previous. And I'm going in again on Friday for a farewell lunch for my boss. The rotter has quit and moved on, left me to face the jackals. Safa, by arcade, I think he means shopping centre. Yeah, so I'm going to go into the city again on Friday and see what is what. And Raiders, you went into Melbourne during our lockdowns. Very weird. There was a dude, this was a tram driver. Some of the videos are on YouTube, and he was shooting video through the front windscreen of the tram during lockdown, and there was fucking nobody about. It's eerie. It's absolutely eerie. How few people were about, like almost no one was about. So, Chris, where you are, 60% of folks are doing things, vax, the other 40% getting COVID or hiding. Yeah. Oh, Chris, no, it was a video game arcade. Okay. I thought you meant a shopping arcade. You actually meant a video game arcade. Okay. They are very few and far between here, normally tied into shopping centres. Luke, I have used both trains and trams in the last couple months. I much prefer trams to trains. There were far fewer people on trams. Trains were a little bit stressful. They were quite crowded. Yeah, not a fan of trains. I prefer trams. So, Chris, there's still plenty of arcades where you are. That's interesting because there are fucking none here. I mean, there's like one at the casino. There's a couple in big shopping centres. Some of the big shopping centres have video arcades. I did see the rumour that, Safa, they were opening registration for over 40-year-olds in New South Wales for Pfizer. I'm going to get AstraZeneca in about a week. In fact, if I remember, tomorrow I'll book. Celtic King, you love my shirt? This is one of my new shirts, my retro shirts. Going to be fashion parading my retro shirts on live streams. So, did you use buses off peak? And that was fine. Yeah. What are you getting? Shieldsy, get out of bed, almost no pain to get ibuprofen and Voltaren Emel gel. Okay. Yes, Chris, I am looking forward to getting my COVID vaccine. I had my just bog standard flu vaccine a week ago. I have to wait 2 weeks to get COVID. So one more week to go. We'll get it next week, and that will be dose 1. I think I'm supposed to wait 3 weeks for dose 2. I think, but we'll get that shit happening. So I'll update on the live streams if I'm feeling any side effects, because sometimes it's just sore arms. Sometimes it is very flu-like symptoms, getting just all bleh. But yeah, nobody throwing it out here. If you see your name in the feed trolling you, don't hesitate to block them because you know it's not you. Yes, and that's the thing. This guy is so fucking stupid. He will, if he does that trolling with fake screen names, he's going to be super fucking obvious. Again, his personality, his style is so fucking obvious, and I'm so used to it. Kind of sad how stupid and pathetic he is, but anyway. So we're at the Sputnik vaccine. Chris, you've heard the Sputnik vaccine's effective and safe. Most issues are with the second. I haven't really looked into that one, actually. All right, now I'm going to try my other clarified cocktail. This is a whiskey one. A whiskey and fruit liqueur. Just made this one today. Man, I got a whole bunch of these now. I got 4. Man, I've got enough of my clarified cocktails to get real fucking shit-faced. Celtic King, yeah, he stuck his stupid head up about 10 minutes ago and blocked him. Stella, hello. Just got home. Been listening on the drive. So, Chris, from your reading, the Chinese vaccine's only partly effective but safer. Yeah, well, what I like about the ones that are being made available, mostly Pfizer and AstraZeneca, is, yeah, they're depending, they're 85 to 95% effective in stopping infection, but they appear to be as close as possible to 100% effective in stopping serious illness, which is abso-fucking-lutely awesome, because we still don't have very good treatments as far as I know if you start to get really sick. So a vaccine that stops really serious illness developing if you do actually contract it. Because that's the thing with the vaccine, it's not 100% effective. It's somewhere between 85 and 95% effective. But yeah, the available evidence is it's 100% effective against stopping serious illness developing, which is the real fucking news. I can, I'll be okay if I have a normal flu, like as in influenza, fucking sucks. I've had it once, a form of swine flu, which was a day of projectile vomiting and diarrhea. So I'm just like fountains out both ends and just like wishing to die because I was in so much pain. But I can survive that. I don't want to, be on a fucking ventilator though. Raiders, your 75-year-old mum went to a GP, was told due to previous clotting they weren't preferred vaccinated. She'd have to go to the hospital. That's just the GP being overly cautious and being scared of lawsuits. So yeah, Chris, I think we are going to see both better seasonal vaccine and better treatments over the coming year. I think we'll probably have to get annual boosters, but then again, there's the annual flu shots anyway. So I think COVID will become part of the annual flu shot and the variants will become part of the annual flu shot. And then we just fucking wait for the next one. Nobody, the stomach virus. You got the priest in your church and his family got hit. Yeah, unfortunately, I gave it to Mrs. Angry as well. She got it differently to me. Um, in some ways worse, and in some ways not as bad because the symptoms came out differently. But yeah, and that's true. Raiders, GPs are business, and they can pick and choose what they do. But yeah, I'm going to go to one of the mass vaccine centres. There's one near my city office, so I'll go into the city for the day, go into the office, get the vaccine. If I feel wobbly, I'll go home. If I don't feel wobbly, I will stay at work. Nice stuff. Your mum's getting second AstraZeneca. Nice. So, yeah. Be glad to get it, I tell you that much. The way they keep fucking up hotel quarantine, I want to be fucking vaccinated. Wow. Wow, that's really interesting. Wow. The fruity stuff, because I put a bunch of fruit liqueur in this. Oh, and sherry. It's got a lot of fruit liqueur and a lot of sherry in it. Kind of lost the whiskey taste, and it's got this tartness, which I think is coming from both the fruit liqueur and the sherry. It's not really bitter, it's more tart. Tiny bit bitter, but not in a bad way. It's almost, there is a little bit of lemon juice in it. It's almost like lemon, but yeah, that's cool. Raiders generally feel wobbly in the city on a Friday arvo. Yep. Celtic King, I do like fruity cocktails. I like a whole spectrum of cocktails. Safa, yes, Mrs. Angry is fully vaccinated because she works in the health service. So she got vaccinated about a month ago. So she's fully vaccinated with the AstraZeneca. No, she didn't get AstraZeneca. She got Pfizer, actually. So I'll be the first in the household to get AstraZeneca. Yeah, she just, was going to get whatever vaccine they have. And at her work, they happen to have the Pfizer. So she's been vaccinated with Pfizer. I'm going to get AstraZeneca. And because my offspring are young and healthy, it's probably going to be a very long time before they get a vaccine. Matt, how you doing, mate? You missed it. The dickhead finally came in. He hadn't been in the stream for, I don't know, a week or more. Ever since you told me about it, basically, he hadn't been in the stream, which made me think he'd heard us talking about him and was keeping a low profile. But apparently not. He'd just been away. So I told him I knew who he was and what he was doing, and he needed to fuck off. So I was really polite, though. I said it's for your own good. Fuck off. And yes, Raiders, 100% agree. Fuck Morrison. We should all be vaccinated. The federal government has absolutely fucked the vaccine rollout. Virtually every public pronouncement Morrison has ever made about vaccines has been completely wrong or an actual full-on deliberate lie. Just everything. Like he was talking about 4 million people being vaccinated by the end of March, and there was like 200,000. And he just points at everyone. Oh no, it's this problem, it's that problem. It's like, fuck you, you piece of shit. The buck stops with you. Oh yeah, Matt, he's doubtless gonna set up another sock puppet solely to record this stream on YouTube because he's fucking pathetic. Yeah. Raiders, Mrs. Angry wasn't given an option as such. It was just, I'm due to be vaccinated. And they go, here you go. And she just happened to ask them, what vaccine is it? And it's, oh, Pfizer. And she goes, okay. So it wasn't an option as such. It was just the vaccine they had in her workplace was Pfizer. So she got, I think she was expecting AstraZeneca, but they just said, oh, we've got Pfizer. And she's like, oh, cool. Okay, Pfizer. And yeah, it was as simple as that. So I am assuming when I go to the vaccination center in another week or so, they will have AstraZeneca, and I'll be fine with that. Still, he's doubtless rage wanking right now. Quite possibly. I mean, I actually just genuinely hope he fucking gets a life and gets over it, because it's not good. It's not healthy to have this weird fucking obsession. It's not good. And that's like I said, for his own good, I told him, the two things. You need to like get a fucking life, because this is not good. This obsession is not good. And second, you need to be less fucking stupid. Like, don't post videos walking out your front door that make it incredibly fucking obvious where you live, you idiot. So yes, he needs to get smarter on a number of levels. That's the wrong button. Not for long, and he's not getting engaged. Oh, Stella, apparently they go back a long fucking way, because Matt told me about it. And there was one where I found out what his screen name was, because he recorded bits of one of the live streams from last year when I was telling him he was like, his mask slipped a bit and he was being a real fucking cunt. And I told him he was. And it's funny because he put this video up saying I was a bully and I was losing my shit. And I was just really calmly telling him he's being a cunt and he needs to stop it. And I remember in the chat, he kept saying he wasn't. I'm saying, like, dude, if your ability to understand social standards is that bad, you don't know that you're being a total cunt. I need to tell you you're being a total cunt because you need to understand that. And to me, it's really funny. The little bit I watched of this video where he's trying to make me look bad, I was just looking at it going, I have real trouble imagining anyone looking at that, what he says, and then what I say, and not going like, yeah, dude, I think you're the fucking problem right there. But, is just a weird, sad, little obsessed loser who will hopefully get over it, because I'm not wasting any more time from him. I mean, Glitch, that was his friendly and Shorty's account renamed. Oh my God. He's so fucking sad. He is so fucking sad. That's the other thing he does. He has conversations with himself in the comments, pretending to be famous YouTubers, and it's just fucking embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, for his own good, I just hope he fucking moves the fuck on, because Jesus, I can't even wrap my head around it. That level of obsession and being a fantasist to that level, because he has these fantasies that Friendly Geordie is interacting with him. And it's really fucking bizarre. It's fucking weird. But yep. On the plus side, I won't be wasting any more time on him. It's funny, I won't. But yes, I know what the reactions to the what do we call it? The budget. I wonder what the reaction to the budget actually is. If any of the media are sucking it up. It's the Guardian say about it. Sharp and deep pandemic recessions behind us. We've come back to the same middling economy we had before COVID-19. Who cares? Even though budget deficit is smaller, budget deficits aren't fucking bad. We get some growth. News remains ever dismal for workers, predicting unemployment decrease but no wage growth. Fortunately, the government has mostly given up on the previously absurd predictions of past years. Oh dear. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, he's just renaming accounts. You see, no, but he's not even trolling. He's just being sad and obsessive. It's just Captain Sad Pants, basically. It's the complete lack of ability to get a life is a bit fucking sad. Ah, well. C'est la vie. Budget, the winners and losers. Who's the winner? Who's the loser? Right, it's the 26-minute mark was where the sad little boy was told, was on to him. The Herald, who's the winners and losers? Aged care gets increased in funding, but it's a fucking disaster anyway, so that's a bit rich to say it's a winner. Taxpayers, tax relief for 10 million people. Maximum benefit will flow to people earning between $48,000 and $90,000 a year. Infrastructure, $15 billion over 10 years. Families, childcare savings. Women, just women. Mental health, $2.3 billion. Downsizers, people over 60 who sell family home and downsize will be able to put $300,000 into their superannuation. There you go. Entrepreneurs' new patent box will let people who make money from new patents developed in Australia be taxed at 17%, a little more than half the company tax rate. Losers, future generations. Oh, Jesus. Okay, tourism. Yeah, well, that's the environment and climate change is the loser because they don't believe in it. The National Archive. Okay, that's all pretty good. Oh, shirts. Sorry. I think Nettie was wondering where I got the shirts. Shieldsy, you got a footpath getting built on your road. Nice. Daily walks for you. Nice. Oh, Matt, why did I stop making videos? The short answer is COVID. COVID took away my will to make the pre-recorded videos. And in the intervening time, I've thought about it. And because I'm thinking about changes in my work, and I've started to realize the angry shouting videos could have a serious negative effect on my work life. And so the more I think about it, even though I come up with, I've had so many good ideas for videos I haven't made. But the more I think about it, there is a really high possibility of, if I kept doing the angry videos, it having a really significantly negative effect on my work life. And there's almost no upside. I'm not going to make $1 million from YouTube. So while it was initially COVID, it was just so fucking weird. I didn't want to do the videos. But now I think about it, I really don't see any upside for me in doing the videos. And I see a lot of potential significant downside. So who knows? I might change my mind one day and do it again. But in terms of a creative outlet, I've got my cocktail videos now, which I enjoy. So I don't see myself going back to it. There's always the possibility, but I just don't see it. Matt, bring back the mask. Yeah, it's just that there's 12 years of videos of not wearing the mask. So I don't really want to draw attention to it. Oh dear. So nobody remembered trolling a moderator in effort it's extended to acting like I was someone they could get to know when I had the opportunity to strike. You didn't, because you realized it went beyond sad and pathetic, dour or bad. That's true. So, yeah. So, yeah. The short answer, why did I stop making videos? COVID. The longer answer, why didn't I start again? Because I realized there was virtually no upside for me and potential for a lot of downside. As I said, might change my mind. I don't think I will, but I might. I'm not very good at predicting the future, so who knows? But I enjoy doing the cocktail stuff. That's my creative outlet. And I enjoy doing these live streams, so I'm good at the moment. Right, is happy Dubbo's getting FTTP, but yes, 90% of Australia should be FTTP. Well, yep, that's the double barrel. I mean, everyone rightly singles out the LNP for doing the bidding of Rupert Murdoch and nobbling the NBN, which was a fucking crime against the Australian people, as an abomination. But I'll never let Stephen Conroy off the hook. Stephen Conroy was so fucking antagonistic towards Telstra, which wasn't necessary and was super counterproductive, because Telstra had an enormous amount of influence over how fast the work went, and they slowed it right down. And so when Labor lost office, the NBN had not progressed very far, so the LNP were able to kill it. If Labor, under Communications Minister Conroy, had been able to get really widespread rollout of the NBN, the LNP would not have been able to kill it. Could you imagine if somewhere between a quarter and a half of the population had actually received the NBN as promised by Conroy, and then Labor lost office, and then the LNP either threatened to take away the NBN that people already had, or to tell the rest of the country, you're not getting what this half of the country got, that would have been political suicide. But because, again, Conroy's antagonism with Telstra meant that there'd hardly been any rollout at all, no one knew what they... Well, okay, a lot of people knew what they were missing, but the LNP had plausible deniability and could say, oh no, that just won't work, what they're talking about. It's too expensive and won't work. It was expensive, but it would have worked, and it would have been a huge boost economically. But the fucking Liberal Party are more wedded to their ideology and their donors than reality. So they made an incredibly negative policy decision, a negative for the overwhelming majority of Australia. And because the media is controlled by so few people, the real story was very rarely reported, and they got away with it. Now, you can't remember how, but you remember the Geek Brigade you hung out at the time being really pissed off at him. Conroy was a fucking jerk on a number of levels. He was very pro-surveillance. He wanted massive government surveillance of the internet and government censorship of the internet. And his arrogant attitude to the NBN meant that the rollout was all fucked and let the LNP kill it. So fuck Stephen Conroy. All right, so now I'm socially lubricated with my drinks. No, I'm a bit drunk. I was about to say, I don't feel that drink. I'm a bit drunk. So now I'm going to have a non-alcoholic drink. I've actually got to make it. Could use me, it's not really a soda stream. It's a competitor to soda stream, but just got to get some water in the bottle. That's just going to take a second. All right, don't know if you can hear that. A little bit of running water ASMR. All righty, now I go over here and put in the appropriate nozzle. It's like the screaming soul of some trapped, cursed children in there. Why would I even say something like that, honestly? What's wrong with me? Hello? What you after? You what? Oh, yeah, I am. All right, I'll make you one. All right. I'm trying to find the perfect martini recipe for Mrs. Angry, so I'm just going to make that now. We're playing stuff, so I'm going to make her a 50-50 martini with sweet vermouth, which is not what you would normally do. You know what? I'm going to make one for myself too. This one. All right. So, hey Salumi, by the way, hello, and Shannon, hello. Yeah, we're all getting weird. Right. So, I'm going to have a martini. What's I'm going to have a martini? Might put... actually, I'm going to leave that ice in there. Okay. Martini. Do. Ooh, nice. Doing some veggie cooking. Nice. Right. I want to go to Difford's Guide. I'm going to check what they say for martini. Dry martini, all these different ratios. How to make a dry martini. Bread salon martinis, the Vespa martini, fresh fruit martinis. That's what I want, martini ratios. So, 60 ml to 40 ml is sopping wet. But Mrs. Angry wants it even wetter. We're going to do a 50-50, so 45 mils. Okay, 1.5. All right. 3 ounces of gin. Making it with sweet vermouth as an experiment. Ooh, Silumi, you're going to make some chana masala and kimchi fried rice. Nice. I know, someone should spouse you. All that fantastic cooking. You want some cuddles to go with it. Sounds fantastic. Right, sweet vermouth. Right. Sweet vermouth. I see Stella volunteering to give cuddles if you get the cooking. Nice. Now, Mrs. Angry also wants it dirty. So I'm going to get olives. Where are the olives? Come on, where are the olives? I cannot see the olives. Why can't I see the olives? Are they anywhere in particular? Well, obviously, I mean, I can't see the jar. Oh, okay. You put it on a different shelf. All right. Olive brine. Oh, Annette, you found your prescriptions. Yes, Megalisha, I had to say that about Mrs. Angry wanting it dirty. Where's a... Tell you what, this... Oh, fucking shitballs. That's fucking worse than I remembered. Shit. Fucking jar is really not made for... Ugh. Really not made for pouring the brine out. What's it? Cohesive force? It sticks to the side of the jar? Fucking pain in the ass. Sorry, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going over to the sink so I make slightly less mess. All right. Ugh. Black pickle brine. Not pickle. Olive brine. This is a black martini. This is a goth martini. Incidentally, it's supposed to be goth day next weekend. This is a goth martini. Now I want some bloody ice. Ice, baby. Gotta stir this sucker down. Get a spoon to crack this ice. Oh, alrighty. Oh, what the fuck? Typical fucking disaster with cracking the ice for me. Well, it's like half of it did not go in the glass. Very annoying. Oh, wait, where's my finger? Courtesy of Nettie. Gaz Regan's finger. Stirring it down. I'm having one too. I want to see what it tastes like. I do. I'm naming this one. This is a dirty sweet fitty. It's interesting. Okay, get the sexy martini glasses. Use them whenever I get the opportunity because they're so nice. It's very dark. I'm saying it's like a goth martini. Okay. Wow. Little bits of ice hitting the glass make really interesting sounds. Yeah, goth martini. What do you think? Is that better than the others? All right, we've hit a winner. We also want to sound cool ordering it. You got to order like you know what you want. So this is a 50-50, a dirty 50-50 with sweet vermouth. So as I say, I declare this to be a sweet dirty fitty, or a dirty sweet fitty. Which would it be? A dirty sweet fitty or a sweet dirty sweet fitty rolls off the tongue a bit easier. That or a goth martini. That would be the other name I'd give it. And yes, Stella, I agree. There's a fair bit of mad science. I washed my hair today and didn't put any product in, so it's really fluffy. So it also goes everywhere when I do things. That's the thing. So, Chris, 51 down, 7 up. Sorry, when you said 7 up, I thought you were talking about the drink. I'm confused. So, okay, so we've hit the winner. It's a fitty with sweet vermouth. Sorry? Oh, sorry. There's the American rapper 50 Cent. It never pronounces it 50. It's always fitty.
Oh, okay.
So this is a 50-50 martini, gin martini with sweet vermouth. A dirty. And I think dirty sweet fitty rolls off the tongue better than sweet dirty fitty. Dirty sweet fitty rolls off the tongue better. And to act even more like we know what we're talking about, if we find out what gins we have, I used another gin again. It's one of the citrus forward gins. So you like the better. So if they have one, so if you have a citrus forward gin, that would be great. So just going to act like we're going to this up marketplace in a couple of weeks for young Mr. Angry's 21st, and we want to be super smooth ordering cocktails there. So Mrs. Angry gets indigestion and reflux from citrus, and a majority of cocktails have citrus in them. So we keep trying to come up with cocktails that don't have citrus in it. And Mrs. Angry likes gin. So we're trying to come up with a martini she liked. And this is a very unorthodox martini. I like it too. The secret: use a good gin and use a good vermouth. This is really fucking nice, actually. My preferred, like if I was ordering my own martini, would be so different from that. Would be a dry martini, which is mostly gin and just a little bit of dry vermouth. But this is half gin, half sweet vermouth, with not pickle. I keep saying pickle brine. It's not pickle brine. It's olive brine. So when people say dirty martini, it means it has olive brine in it. When people say a wet martini, they mean it has more vermouth in it. And when they say a dry martini, they mean it has more gin and less vermouth in it. This is beyond wet. This is 50-50. So it's very wet, drowning. It's so wet it's drowning. And it's dirty. It's a dirty sweet fitty. Right, as 50 Cent was once hooked up with Chelsea Handler, and yeah, that's an odd couple. And so far, I have no idea when the last time 50 Cent actually... I'm probably really annoying his fans by saying 50 Cent, because it's 50. You would say 50 Cent. And so, yes, Megalich, it's moist. It's gushing. Gushing. It's gushing. It's so wet it's gushing. Yeah. No, that's a gushing martini. That is absolutely gushing. So, Chris, across the road at the community college, you can tap into their 2 gig internet. Oh, universities have the best fucking internet. I mean, if I went, because I'm on Wi-Fi now. If I do a speed test, let's do a speed test. Okay. Shazam, y'all. Man, that is fast download for a fucking Wi-Fi, home Wi-Fi. So I'm getting 50 down on the Wi-Fi. On it's up around scrolling a little bit. 16. So 50 down, 16 up. Your internet connection is very fast. Should be able to handle multiple devices streaming HD, video conferencing, and gaming at the same time. It is. There are people gaming. Mrs. Angry might be even watching Netflix, and I'm doing a live stream, and it's fucking working. Silly me. He's fine with people saying 50. Good. Okay. Safa, how's my work internet speeds? I honestly couldn't tell you. Probably better than that. Because it's government. Tell you what, I might run a speed test on Friday just to see. Chris used to have 3 gig at college working stream productions. Didn't need a satellite uplink, faster than the internet. Because I was working at Melbourne University a couple of years ago, and Melbourne University is one of Australia's internet hubs. It's where the internet comes in and oh shit. There's Gaz Regan's finger getting out of control there. Yeah, it was so fucking fast. Like the Wi-Fi was amazing, but if you were connected by cable, it was just wild, so fast. All right. Next, I saw this thing. It's not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, someone declared it Goth Day. So I need to make a goth drink. And there's a few dark drinks, but this one, the red and the dark, the dirty sweet fitty. I think I might make this one for Goth Day. God, no, it's actually pretty good. I really like it. And the best thing about it is it would make martini purists lose their shit. Safi, you watched a guy doing a 5G antenna speed test. Got 600 down. Yeah, that's the sort of speed you get at the universities. Like 600 down. Yes, Stella, Saturday week, someone declared it to be Goth Day. I'm always looking at these websites that have what day is it. And I'm already thinking, because I've already got this week's cocktail videos done. Like I shot them on Thursday and Friday night last week. So I'm already thinking to the week following. I'm thinking something for Goth Night. I've already shot one video with one of the other local YouTubers, Tamea. She came around and we made a whole bunch of daiquiris with different sugar syrups and did a taste comparison. And they all tasted subtly different. But my big takeaway is don't obsess too much about the sugar syrup, because like if you put a couple of shots of rum in there, the sugar syrup doesn't make that big a difference. Shieldsy, your 4G phone in the city can get 300. I haven't tried 4G in the city, like a speed test on 4G in the city for a while. Safri, is to me a cocktail expert? No, not at all. Not at all. And that was the fun. She's because she was just a local YouTuber. We talk about meetups and stuff. And I always said to people, hey, if you ever want to do a collab, just let me know. And she just messaged and said, oh, you still want to do a collab? And I said, yeah. Do you want to drink some cocktails? And she's like, yeah. So she came over, and she's very much not an expert, but that's what's fun, just mixing some drinks that were slightly different and sort of saying, can you taste the difference between it? I think when she comes over again, she does want to come over again, I might do a whole thing on shaken versus stirred cocktails, because she didn't really understand the whole thing behind that. So that's a thing I could talk about. Shieldsy, if you can ever get, sorry, nobody, if you can ever get 5G on a phone, that'd be it. Raiders, you've tested 580 down, 30 up, 5G in Melbourne. If I ever get 5G on the phone, I might do live streams walking around the city if I've got a decent thing. I mean, I can do it on 4G. It's fast enough in the city, I think. I can do it on 4G. It's interesting. Actually, at home, if I switch off my Wi-Fi and just do a 4G speed test. Okay. Go. See how different 4G speeds are at home. Oh, Jesus, about half. Oh, no, it's going up to 30. Seemed really... Oh, no, it's going up to 40. So 40 down on 45. 45 down. Oh, but really struggling up. It's about 4 up. It's really struggling with the up. So the down was comparable to my Wi-Fi, but the up is struggling. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Bring on the 5G. I say I'm just putting my Wi-Fi back on. So I end up fucking downloading shit on my 4G. Which reminds me, do I have updates to download? Okay. Download some updates. Go, little phone, go. That's true, Chris. You can do basic video stream on 5G. 3G, sorry. So your phone can do 5G, but you're operating on carrier pigeons. Yeah. Let's see. I think this would be a good goth drink. Martini with sweet vermouth and black olive brine. Your phone's on Wi-Fi calling as it drops down downside of brick house next door. Oh, yeah. Oh, and you need line of sight. The hill's blocking a signal. Damn. So, Chris, you reckon all live TVs streamed via cell anyway? Yeah, all right. Safa, you want to download a 66 gigabyte game over 5G? That would be fast. That would actually happen really fast. Oh, speaking of games, just for a laugh, I started up Far Cry 5, a replay through, because the playthrough. So you get to start again. I'm starting on a harder setting, but I've got all the weapons that I had from the last game. So the whole thing about when you first start Far Cry 5, you have fuck all weapons and you have to kill someone to get weapons. Whereas I've got all these high-end weapons, so all these religious fanatics don't stand a fucking chance. All I have to do is take cover, and I've got this incredible high-powered sniper rifle with a silencer. So I'm popping their heads like watermelons, and they have no idea where the shots are coming from. So there'll be a little cluster of these fucking cultists, and I'm just sitting there going pop, 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 and they don't know what hit them. They literally don't know what hit them. But I tell you the one thing I'd forgotten. I played it for about an hour before coming on this stream, for no real reason. I just felt like doing it. I'd forgotten how fucking brutal Far Cry 5 is. This cult taking over this valley, and I think it's in West Virginia. It's either in Montana or West Virginia. And oh shit, sorry, dropped my skewer. And it's like every fucking 500 meters, down the road, you find some of these cultists torturing or murdering locals. So I'm just always stopping the car and getting out and pop, 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 and taking them out because they're torturing and murdering locals. It's Montana, Mega Leech. There you go. Thank you. And there was a really funny one. There's old junction. There was just a whole bunch of these cultists, and I'm like shooting them, and thing popped up saying, "You saved a citizen," and I'm like, "Cool, saved a hostage, nice." And I was but I didn't know where they were, and I saw this person. They're on their knees with their hands tied behind their back, and I went, "Oh, I have to go and untie them." And they were, I don't know, 100 meters away, a couple 100 meters away, and I'm going, "Oh, that's the person they were talking about. I'll go free them." And then this big fucking bear comes running along, and I went, "Oh, there's a bear. That looks bad." And the bear just runs past this person I was going to rescue and goes, "Brr!" And they're dead. I'm like, oh, damn. I saved them from the cult, but they got killed by a bear. God damn. I think maybe I should play that on a live stream. Just fucking killing this fucking doomsday cult people. It's really good therapy, just going pop, 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 killing all the cultists. Raiders, you're paying for a terabyte 4G, 5G a month. The joy of shit NBN. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, Stella, that was a bad day for the NPC. Man, the number of locals who just fucking die. And there's what's funny is there's no penalty. Like, there are these vans that drive around. They got someone prisoner, and I've got this scoped rifle, and I see here's the van coming. I've got the driver in the sights, bang, and straight through the driver's head. And then this thing popped up saying, "Don't kill civilians." Oh, I didn't. I killed the driver, and because I've got a high-powered rifle. The bullet goes straight through the driver's head and hits the person who's in the back of the van. And I'm like, well, that's just too bad. That is just too bad. Sealing reminds you of the monastery raids in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So therapeutic. Yeah. Nobody, thanks for coming in, man. Catch you later. Got some things tomorrow. Good for you. Safa, if no religions existed, we have less. No, people come up for any fucking reason to have wars. Humans, it's just like, I don't like the color of skin, or I want that bit of land that you're sitting on. Religion's just an excuse. No religion would not mean no war. It would just mean war for different reasons. You know what? I think Mrs. Angry is on a winner with sweet vermouth in martini, which again, a martini purist would say is sacrilege, but I have no time for snobs. Ask me what I'm snobby about, because I'm very snobby. What about cocktails? Right. I think I might just have some water. I was going to mix cordial, but fuck it. I'm just going to have some water. Drink water for the rest of the stream. I'm going to measure how much these glasses hold. I think they hold a lot. Double rocks glass, double old-fashioned. I think they hold... And if anyone remembers a couple of weeks ago when I got super messy on a Friday night, it's because I fucking filled one of these with my clarified cocktail and treating it like it was one drink, but it was actually like 3 cocktails, which is why I was super shit-faced and only lasted till midnight that night, because I was super shit-faced. Safa, did I drink church wine? No, but I think church wine was non-alcoholic, but I'm not sure. Oh, Raiders, I've seen that videos around everywhere. An armoured vehicle in South Australia, there's an attempted robbery, and the driver's just kind of, they're not going to get me. And these go, and pop. You see, they've got bullet-resistant glass. You see the glass shatter under the impact of the bullets, but it doesn't break. That glass tends to be I think it's like 2 layers of glass with some sort of resin between them. And so under impact, the glass cracks, but it doesn't actually break. Yeah, I have seen that video. It's pretty intense. Salumi wants scones, but don't want to have to make scones. See, I can see a romance happening there. Stella and Salumi is a thing. Stella, yeah, okay, so you reckon Catholic Church wine was still alcoholic? Yeah, I don't know. There were only incredibly rare services where you would have a sip of the altar wine. I don't remember if it had alcohol in it or not. Raiders, you reckon the driver was ex UK special ops? Yeah, well, he didn't lose his fucking cool at all when they were getting seriously shot at by these raiders. Yeah, this video is all over YouTube, by the way. Transport vehicle being shot at. So white guy driving, like it's in South Africa. It's a white guy driving and an African guy in the passenger seat. And the guy sort of maintains his cool. Like the guy saying, they're shooting. So get you going. This guy's got his machine gun and he's just getting it ready in case they have to. Safa, when was the last time I went to church? My mum's funeral? That would be it, actually. My mum's funeral would have been the last time I went to a service in a church. And that was not because I wanted to go to a service in a church. That was just, to the thing. Last time I went to a service in a church, to be going to a service in a church, probably when I visited my family at Christmas when I was at uni. So the last time I went to church to go to a service would have been 35 years ago. I'm old. Oh, okay, Stella, you had a strong Polish church. Wine every week. So, Sulima, yeah, you went to your grandma's funeral 4 years ago. Yeah, the last time I was inside a church would have been my mum's funeral, and I don't remember how many years ago that was. 10? I don't remember. I just don't remember. I used to get, because, okay, there's a really bad, just throwing this out here for no reason around. There's a real bad run of cancer in my family. My dad, my mum, and my sister all died of it. And I have 2 uncles who died of it and an aunt who had a double mastectomy. Seems far too much cancer in my family. And it was my oldest sister. She didn't make it to her 50th birthday. So as I started to approach my 50th birthday, I actually freaked out quite a bit. I just kept thinking something was going to kill me before I reached 50. Didn't. Hey. Yeah, Silumi, I can see the religious trauma. And you disassociate a church, yeah. And yes, Safa, the Poles are notorious for drinking. Polish vodka is can be pretty sort of punchy vodka. Just like, I like drinking water, but all the drinks I had, there was so much flavor. And the last one, the Goth Martini, was really flavorsome. Like that fucking sweet vermouth is a really good vermouth, such a strong flavor. Water is incredibly neutral after all the drinks I had tonight was so much flavor. This is like, yep, this is very neutral. Which is, of course, stating the bleeding obvious with water. But it's just the comparison to all the other drinks I had tonight. They had so much flavor in them. But yeah. Raiders, have I ever been tested for the BRCA1 gene? No, and I don't know what that is. So hopefully you're going to illuminate, or I could do the Google thing. BRCA1. BRCA1. Hey, what the fuck? Why was that not working? BRCA1 gene mutations. Oh, that's on cancer.gov. That's a breast cancer gene. Everyone has 2 copies of these genes, one inherited from each parent, sometimes called tumor suppressor genes because they have certain changes called harmful mutations cancer can develop. People who inherit harmful variants have an increased risk of several cancers. God damn, that's cheerful. That is fucking cheerful. Oh, wait. Blog. So look, I'm just gonna now apropos of nothing in particular, I'm going to show you the sort of shirts that I keep getting ads for, and I have actually bought from this site. How a Lily? They're all in China, so you get these really colorful ones. Fuck! Look out! I haven't got any of these really colorful, but this one, I think I've got this one coming, and I've got this one. I'll wear that one another night. This is the one I was wearing the other night with the cats and their domestic situation. A lot of them have caravans for some reason. A lot of caravan ones. I like this one, just these abstract ones. I'm getting this one, martini glasses. I'm getting that one. That's going to arrive somewhere between a week and a month from now. I like these abstract. I've got this one that just like looks like paint. I like that one. It just kind of looks like paint on a shirt. But I tell you the other thing, when I clicked on the ad for these on Facebook, I think I've got that one too. When I clicked on the ad for these on Facebook, I started getting super gay ads on Facebook. So apparently these are gay shirts because I just get super fucking gay ads, like with these big hairy. I've said this before. These big hairy bears wearing caftans. Gay is not said as an insult; it's said as a descriptor. So yeah, it's like these really bright ones and Hawaiian ones, and then just these kind of retro and a lot of cat ones. There are so many cat ones. I haven't got any in this style. They're a bit garish. I don't hate them. They're a bit garish though. Pirate one. Another pirate one. Never knew there were so many pirates. I kind of like this one with it's like paint spilled on the top of it. I didn't get that one, but I thought about it. Such an array of these shirts. Like this celestial one. That's nice. And there are some very brightly colored shirts in here. And there are a surprising number of jellyfish shirts and mushroom shirts. Just themed shirts like, well, and there's another cocktail one. I may or may not have ordered that one. I ordered a couple cocktail themed ones, and I can't remember if I ordered that one. There's a beer one. A lot of gambling themed ones. A lot of these ones with these stripes down them in the different colors. I got one of them. I think they're kind of cool because they just look really rough, like someone painted them on. Lots of them with skulls. That's a fun sort of kids drawing looking one. And another one of ones like paint splatters on them. More skulls. Aliens. I've got that one with the cat on it. I've got that one. That one's fucking cool. The cat and the stars. Lots of cat shirts. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. Yeah, Stella, Caravan's 50s Americana, definitely. They're very 50s, 60s, and I quite like them. Yes, Raiders, guys, relatives of breast cancer victims recommended to get gene tested. Thank you for that tip, Raiders. I'll talk to a doctor about it. Safa, I did see the Venom 2 trailer. A couple of my friends are very excited about it. I'm like, oh, it's okay. I don't know that I'm going to rush to a cinema to see it. Might wait till it's available at home. There's just so much to see. And I'm still a bit iffy about cinemas, quite honestly. Although I've been to the cinema a couple times, but I'm still a bit iffy about cinemas. I definitely think my plan that I just came up with tonight, which makes so much sense, and why did it take me so long to come up with it? Drink alcohol in the first half of the stream and drink water in the second half makes so much more sense than drink non-alcoholic drink in the first half of the stream and drink alcohol in the second half, because then I'm like socially lubricated by the alcohol, and also I'm stopping drinking the alcohol sooner, so it's going to affect me less when I go to bed. So I don't know why it took me so long to come up with that, but silly me. Hinge's most compatible today is your friend. Oh, right. Sorry, Hinge is a dating site. I was going to ask you to explain who is Hinge, but I think I've heard of it. It's a dating site, isn't it? Yeah, Safa. We all get super social after we drink. Stella, again, the Mortal Kombat movie, I'll probably see when it's available at home. Not opposed to seeing it in the cinema, but I'll probably wait till it's at home. I like the look of the Bob Odenkirk movie called Nobody. It's that sort of, he's like a middle-aged John Wick. What am I saying? John Wick's middle-aged. Keanu's my age or older. How old is Nanu? Keanu Reeves was born. He's older than me. Fuck me. So what am I talking about? John Wick is middle-aged. But I'm just going to look up Bob Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk. So Nanu was born in 64. Bob Odenkirk was born in 62. They're the same fucking age, basically. So Bob Odenkirk is playing this guy who's apparently, just a suburban dad, but someone violent crosses his path, and he's actually, very John Wick sort of secret agent. The movie's called Nobody. And I want to say it's recommending you date your friend Caitlin. Whoops. Stella, you don't have the big TV anymore, so you want to go to the pictures. That makes sense. I've seen a couple of movies in the last couple of months. I haven't been going as often as I used to because there aren't that many movies being released. There was a lot of action movies, which Mrs. Angry is not really into. Like, I would have gone and seen Mortal Kombat, and I would have gone and seen Nobody, but Mrs. Angry is not really interested in them. So we always find one that we're both interested in. Oh, Stella, Nanu can still get it so much. Shane, your drinking strategy involves gradual movement towards inebriation. Not very strategic. On nights apart from Friday and Saturday night, if I'm doing a stream, I'm a bit more strategic about drinking. Friday night, all rules go out the window. Friday night's decadence. Or Saturday night, if it's not a date night. So every Friday night and every second Saturday night, rules go out the window. And I might be having people over for live streams. Abigail said she wanted to come over. A couple of my other sort of local YouTube buds said they were into the idea of coming over. I think it's because I said I'd make them drinks. They're like, fuck yeah, I'll come over if you're making me drinks. We may well have some Friday night live streams with in-house guests. We always do Angry Bunch on the Friday nights and often on other nights as well. But we are potentially going to have in-house guests for some Friday night streams coming up. So that'd be fun. That would be fun. So my friend Alex, he said, like, it's going to be late. I don't know. I'm going to need somewhere to crash. Like, dude, people have crashed here from live streams before. Don't you worry. We've got a few crash options here. Shields, you haven't been cinema for 2 years. Last one was Endgame. What's the last one I saw? Probably Nomadland. Like I said, I have been to a couple movies in the last couple months, like 2 or 3. Oh yeah, Safa, we got that one COVID case from fucking quarantine. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, Salumi, if you come to Melbourne and want to do a live stream, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, definitely. So yeah, so that could be fun. Might have actual in-house guests for Friday night live streams in the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. It's all up in the air at the moment. Anything could happen. Was it actually? She was interesting talking about Endgame. I was watching. There's a trailer for what are they calling it? The Phase 5 Marvel MCU, Phase 4, Phase. I don't know what they're up to. But there was their trailer they put online, and it started with sort of revisiting all the stuff. And I love the bit. There's a shot from inside a cinema of the premiere of Endgame, and the epic scene where all the portals open and the people who got snapped come back, and Cap catches Thor's hammer, and the audience in this thing are just going fucking nuts. They are going right off. It's like they started going right off when the people who'd been snapped come through the Doctor Strange sidekick portals. But then when Cap catches Thor's hammer and goes, Avengers assemble, this audience is just going off, which was very cool. I would have got the shits if people made that much noise in the cinema when I went there, but I like watching other people get really into it and do that sort of thing. So looking forward to Loki starts this week, I think. I of the Marvel TV series, I thought WandaVision was good and quirky and different, and I really enjoyed watching it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was sort of down the line Marvel action, but it was still good. I still enjoyed it. Loki seems to me like it's going to be halfway between the weird, inexplicable quirkiness of WandaVision and the straight up action of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm really looking forward to the Loki series, I have to admit. But yes, what else? I did watch the first couple episodes of the Star Wars animation, the Bad Batch. It's okay. I'm not super sold on it. I might want to watch a bit more for it. The second season of Love, Death, and Robots comes out on Netflix on Friday. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping it's better than the first. The first one was good. It was a good anthology. Some of the stuff seemed a bit obsessed with, woo, we can do swears and boobies. Let's do swears and boobies. But there was some exceptionally good stuff in the first Love, Death, and Robots anthology. So I'm holding out hope the second anthology will be better. So we'll see. Raiders, I did see Sky having a crack at Morrison about the prison sentences for people returning from India. And all that is to me, like, it was Sky, it was Andrew Bolt, it was Matt Canavan criticizing for it, and people go, oh my God, they got morals. No, that's a fucking directive from Rupert Murdoch saying, no, we don't like Scott. Murdoch has decided he doesn't like Scott Morrison, and he wants someone else in the Liberal Party to replace Scott Morrison. So Andrew Bolt and Sky News and Matt Canavan criticising Morrison's policy of imprisoning Australian citizens who return from India. They haven't suddenly found a moral compass. It's actually a directive from Rupert Murdoch saying, no, we're done with Scott Morrison. We don't like this fucking Jesus freak, holy roll. He's not even a proper Jesus freak. He's a fucking lunatic fringe nutter. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Morrison, I agree, Raiders. Morrison must be shitting himself because it's incredibly clear the word has come from on high in the Murdoch empire. Fucking, that's an interesting question, Raiders. Would Sky, by extension, the Murdoch empire, would they back Dutton over Frydenberg? I don't know. The fact that Matt Canavan was the one who spoke out, I was like, well, surely no one's fucking backing Matt Canavan. But I don't know. Dutton being a fucking monster like he is, just a not human monster, semi-sentient potato. He seems much more Murdoch's cup of tea. Yeah, I don't know if Frydenberg's too Jewish for Murdoch. I don't know how Murdoch feels about Jewish people, but he does not fucking like Scott Morrison. Scott Morrison, because Scott Morrison falsely attacked Murdoch outlets. It would be one thing if his attack on the Murdoch outlets when he's going, oh, don't criticize the Liberal Party for not dealing with sex offenders. You've got your own problem. And it turned out that Scotty was factually wrong. So he didn't just attack a Murdoch outlet. He falsely attacked them. And that seems to have been a tipping point for Murdoch and Morrison. But yeah, these people coming out, Sky News and Andrew Bolt and Matt Canavan coming out saying that policy about threatening to imprison Australian citizens who come back is clearly racist as fuck. Yeah, they haven't suddenly found a moral compass. They just want to get rid of Morrison. Good question, Raiders. DeLachlan and Gina flip a coin. I think they'd like Dutton because he's a fucking monster, and they're all fucking monsters. Canavan, Gina Reinhardt loves Canavan because Canavan does the minor cosplay all the time. Fuck. Oh yeah, and of course News Corp has a fuck ton of skeletons. Of course they do. They absolutely do. But by sheer random chance, the one thing that Morrison pulled out turned out to be false. I mean, like, Fox News in the US had sexual abuse and sexual harassment at the highest levels. Like the actual in-charge guy, what was his name? Roger Ailes was sexually harassing staff. He was the guy, but also their highest profile and air people. What's that guy's presenting? They got dumped again because they paid out millions of dollars in settlements. Bill O'Reilly, thank you, Raiders. They paid out millions of dollars in settlements for people who were going to launch lawsuits about sexual harassment from Bill O'Reilly. So, yeah, the Murdoch empire is rife with sexual abuse from top to bottom. It absolutely is. But yeah, by sheer random chance, the one Scotty pulled out of the hat to try and deflect from how fucking badly he was handling sexual assault from Liberal Party members and Liberal Party staffers was false. I mean, what are the chances? What are the chances that he pulled out one that wasn't actually true? Because there's so much that actually is going. But Morrison's a fucking moron. He should be in the dictionary next to a picture of white privilege. He's incompetent and talentless and a piece of shit. and he's just kept failing upwards his whole fucking life. It's mind-boggling the degree to which he's failed upwards. Oh wow, Shieldsy. There was news tonight. Neo-Nazis covered the side of a Brisbane rail carriage with racist and vengeful slogans. God damn. Yeah, there are tiny groups of neo-Nazis in Australia who are feeling very emboldened and are getting more and more public, but there aren't that many of them. And the police and the feds are slowly moving towards, oh wait, these guys, they're actually dangerous. That guy who shut up the mosque in New Zealand, he was an Australian who was one of these guys. So it's like the cops and the feds are slowly getting around to, oh no, the ultra right wingers are the actual dangerous ones. Like they are going to kill people. That is their goal, to kill people. So, and yes, Stella, it is pretty impressive the degree of ineptness in Scotty that he can't even successfully throw shit at the Murdoch press when there's so much legitimate shit to be thrown at them. The fact that he did something that was untrue was just fucking astonishing. But he's incompetent. He's fucking pathetic. He is so pathetic and so incompetent. And he so puts the lie to those ideas that, when people say, oh, there should be quotas in the Liberal Party to have a certain number of women and a certain number of non-white people being selected, and they go, oh, we select people on fucking merit. No, you don't. You don't end up with Scott Morrison being the leader of your party if your decisions are based purely on merit, because that guy has none. Oh, Jesus, Stella, there was a Nazi in your doctor's waiting room. Were they actually wearing, like, Nazi insignia? Jesus. Yes, I think the AFP did see what was happening in the US and realized there were some real fucking units running around in Australia. Oh, so Shields is a story of the Queensland Rail painted over ASAP. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, I mean, they are pretty good. Like, even just one time, I was on the tram on the way home, and I just noticed on the back of the seat in front of me, some little loser had scratched some stuff into the seat. It was a swastika and an anti-Jewish slogan. So I took a picture and put it on social media and went, hey, Yarra Trams, this was tram number X, blah, blah, blah. You should probably fix this. And they responded and said, oh, yeah, that tram will be in the depot tonight and that will be gone. So I just told them the tram number and the time I was on it and just said, yep, here's a picture. Someone's scratched a swastika in here and an anti-Jewish slogan. So Stelly, he had a tattoo of a swastika and an iron cross on his leg, and you felt sorry for his little boy. Yeah, well, some people are just fucked. It's like, why are people like that? I don't know. Some people are like that. They're just fucked. It's a sad fact of reality that there are fucked people in the world. And we just have to fucking deal with it because they'll always be there. It's like the question of, if there was no religion, would we have no war? No. People find it another reason. They will want to exterminate people who look different to them. They will want to exterminate people who have different social values to them. And when you get the real totalitarians, they just want to exterminate people who don't want to bow to their totalitarian ways. So, deep sigh, that's what we're stuck with. People are fucked. And there will always be people who will force you into conflict because they will just get worse and worse and keep pushing things until you resort to violent conflict to stop them. Safa, does every Melbourne suburb have trams? I guess the short answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no. But in most suburbs, the further out you go, the harder it is to get public transport because, of course, it radiates out and then there's a bigger space around each train line and a bigger space around each tram line. The further out you go, the more likely it is that you are poorly serviced by public transport. But no, not every suburb has trams. Don't even know if half the suburbs have trams, actually. There's probably some tram nerds who can answer that question. And I'm just a minor tram nerd. I'm not an over the top tram nerd. So not even sure how many tram lines there are. Let's do another Google one. How many? Ooh. The first autocomplete was how many seasons of Breaking Bad? That was a weird tram. How many tram lines in Melbourne? So there are 24 tram routes in Melbourne. There are 493 trams. So there's 493 tram numbers. No, 493 trams. 1,700 tram stops. So that's a lot. 24 different tram routes around Melbourne means they are covering a lot of things, but definitely not in every suburb. What's the longest tram route in Melbourne? Tram route 75 operates from Vermont South to Central Pier Docklands. There you go. It's the longest tram route. Which city has the largest tram route? Fuck, Melbourne has the world's largest tram system. There you go. I might have guessed that, but Melbourne has the largest tram network in the world. There you go. Safa, yes, trams are cheaper than trains. More expensive than buses, though. So, c'est la vie. That was interesting. If someone had asked me, I thought maybe Melbourne has the biggest tram network in the world. But that was just confirmed from the interwebs. Melbourne has the largest tram network in the world. There you go. There you go. And they say Melbourne has the longest suburban bus route too. I used to, when I was in East St Kilda, I got the bus more often than everything else because there was a bus route very close to my house that went all the way into the city. And then actually there's like East St Kilda, like I think the bus started in Brighton and went all the way out to Sunshine. That was a very long bus trip. I actually took the bus all the way to Sunshine once. That's a very long bus trip. But yeah, the bus was the most convenient and less people take the bus. So I would like walk from my place, bus stop, is there a bus? No, and I'd walk down towards where there was a tram stop. And then it's like, which is going to get here first, a tram or a bus? And I'd get on whichever came first. So are metro trains on time usually? Yes, they usually are. You're in Gold Coast has the longest single tram in Australia. There you go. Okay, readers. Largest tram network in the world. Okay. First is Melbourne. Second. Oh, wait a second. What the fuck is it doing? Where is it? Okay. Melbourne has 250 kilometers of tram tracks. Moscow has 208 kilometers of tram tracks. St. Petersburg has 205 kilometers. Cologne has 198. Berlin has 194. Milan has 180. Vienna has 177. Los Angeles has 160 kilometers of trams. Budapest has 156. Sofia in Italia has 154. Leipzig has 146. Prague has 142. Brussels 139. Bucharest, Dresden, Stuttgart, Warsaw, Hanover, Zurich, The Hague, Zagreb, Manchester, Gothenburg. Toronto is 24th with only 82 kilometers compared to Melbourne's 250 kilometers. There you go. These are things I didn't know prior to tonight, just by the way. South thought of dumb ways to die. My favorite is like there's that React channel on YouTube, the Fine Brothers, which I don't even know if they still do it. But they had one kids react or teens react to dumb ways to die. And they love it. And they're singing along and they love it. And da 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 da. And then at the end, someone said, do you know that was the official public transport safety thing from the city of Melbourne in Australia? And all these kids are going, no fucking way. That was an official city public transport safety video? No way. But it was very, very widely known around the world. But anyway, that actually brings us to 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go to bed. Got work in the morning. So I'll see you all later. Safa, Fine Brothers did not try to copyright the word react. They tried to trademark the word react in relation to making YouTube channels. And what was interesting is despite all the attacks on, I'll talk about this more another time, despite all the attacks on them, they were actually clearly doing it in good faith, which was funny. But anyway, good night, you all. Take care. I won't be on tomorrow night. I'll be starting season 3 of 6 Feet Under with Mrs. Angry, but I will probably be on Thursday night and Friday night, but not Saturday night. But anyway, so we've got some nights ahead of us. So look after yourself, fabulous people. Talk to you another night. If you like Safa, I'll talk in more depth about the Fine Brothers and React and trademarking on Thursday. But for now, I will see you fine people.